Hello guys, I welcome you to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So today we are making a satin skirt, and here I am using Duchess fabric. This is two meters of Duchess fabric. So we are making this trending satin skirt. So you fold first, you fold it the width side, you make a fold, and then you fold again the second time. So I folded the first time on the width, along the width side, and then I take the folded side and fold it again. So now we have got 4 pieces together. So I was pinning the fabric because it's a bit slippery. So for me to work with it easier, I just pin it so that it won't slide when I was making the skirt. So now it's 4 fabric together. The next step was to measure my waist. After pinning it, the next step was to measure my waist and measure my hip and then my length. So from the top part, my waist here was 50 inches, so divided by 4, it's 12. My waist was 40 inches, so to divide it by 4, it's 10 inches. So here I was dividing, it was 10 inches. So you just measure where your 10 inches will fit. If it fits on top, you break it on top. If it fits on down, you make it down. So whatever way you see your measurement, your waist measurement is fitting, that's where you draw a line. After you draw the line, from the corner you place your tape measure. Whatever measurements you have there, you will be moving around to make the line, the waistline, a curvy, not a straight line. So there I got 26, so I was measuring 26 right round the waist to make this curvy line. After that, you join the line to make it complete. If you have a French curve, you can use a French curve. If you don't have, you just use your free end. So after that, I was measuring the hip. I was measuring my hip. So my hip is 50 inches divided by 4. So from the waist to the hip, it's normally between 8 to 10 inches. So there I was marking my length. I was marking the full length of the skirt. So the full length of the skirt, because my fabric was short on the corner, I made it 31.5 inches. So all the way I was writing 31.5 right round to mark the length of the skirt. After that, you join the line to make it a full line. You can freehand or you can use a ruler to make the line. This skirt is very simple and it's very easy to make. It doesn't even take time. Even as a beginner, it's very easy to make it. So there I was marking my hip on 10. After marking my hip on 10 from the waist, that's when I was marking the hip measurements, and then I put a seam allowance. I added a little bit of seam allowance on the hip because I didn't want my skirt to be too tight. And then you join the line from the waist to the hip. There is my hip. So after I'm done, and then I was going to join the waist straight to the full length and then cut. So after that I was cutting the fabric. This was extra fabric, so I just removed the top part and the one that was remaining behind. I was just trying to make it straight there because I see it was not straight. The scissors is a little bit blunt. So this is our skirt. After making the skirt, I'm not going to put a zipper on the skirt. I'm just going to put an elastic at the top. So I was removing the pins. After removing the pins, I cut the fabric to make it a two-piece. And then afterwards I went on to stitch the side seams on 1 inch on the side seams, and then after stitching the side seams I was going to fold the fabric over half an inch and then half an inch again to make the hem, or you can use an overlocker to make the hem. And then on the top part I was going to do the same. I was going to hem, to overlock and then hem it on the top part, making sure I measure the size of the elastic. So there I was stitching, I was on the overlocker, I was overlocking. After stitching the seams I was overlocking the waist side and the seams. This is an overlocker machine or a serger. It leaves your whatever that you'll be sewing, it will leave it so clean and smooth, neatly finished seams. But if you don't have it, you can use the zigzag, if you have a zigzag on your plain stitch machine. So that is the waist side and the hem I was overlocking. Just look at what I'm doing, so that you understand. Sometimes looking makes it easier for you to understand than to listen to what I was saying. So there I was still overlocking, on my serger. I was overlocking the seams, the hemming of the skirt and the upper part where I wanted to put the elastic. So there I'm done overlocking. I am stitching the edges. Now I'm making the hem of the skirt, so it's just half an inch there because I overlocked it, so I'm making half an inch seam. I didn't want it to be too big. So there I used black thread because I didn't have the matching color, but if you do have a matching color you will use the matching color, but when I was stitching I used the matching color. So only on the overlocker there I used the black thread because I didn't have the orange or any color that was closer to that fabric. I was still stitching the hem, I was still stitching the hem there. I I was still completing the hem. Almost finished. Almost finished stitching the hem. So after stitching the hem, that's when I am going to measure the elastic before I stitch the elastic casing. You measure the size of your elastic before you stitch the casing, because if it's too small, the elastic won't fit. So you have to measure your elastic first before you put the casing. This skirt is very simple. It is very simple and it's very easy to make. So almost done. Almost done. Almost done. So there I was measuring my elastic. So your waist size, you measure the elastic, your waist size, and you remove 3 inches from your total waist size. So there I was measuring my elastic. So my total waist was 40 inches divided by 4. So my total waist was 40 inches. So to remove the 3 inches, it was going to be on 36, 37. That's when I cutted the elastic to put it in the casing. So when I stitched the casing, I left a space where you can use a pin or something to help you pull the elastic out. So using this pin, it's very easy. It makes your job easier. Please note I didn't put any zipper on this. So here I was done. This is the finished product of the skirt. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave a comment, like and share the video. Put a notification bell so that next time when I post or upload any video, you'll be notified. And thank you for watching.